Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Sunday the 17th of August 2025. Not much Millwall news today. Obviously, when we lose, everyone wants to go and run and hide. But we do have this. So I'm going to give you two updates on players that were released in the summer. Under 21 players, they have found clubs. This is from Ramsgate Football Club's Facebook page. And they have signed Sha'mar Lawson. And they say, we are delighted to announce the signing of powerful midfielder Sha'mar Lawson, who goes straight into the squad for tonight's game away at Chatham Town. The 22-year-old started his career at Mansfield Town's youth setup before moving to Millwall. Loan spells of Maidstone United, Ipswich United and Woking followed before leaving the Lions this summer. So there you go, Ramsgate Football Club. And we also had this. Nino, Adom-Malaki. This is Enfield Town FC, etfc.london. And another one joins the club. You can see it looks very happy. Yet another player has been added today to Gavin McPherson's squad as we look to add numbers and quality to the roster for the new campaign. Left back Nino Adom-Malaki, who played as a trialist in the pre-season victory over Spurs under 21s, joins us from Millwall, where his career was cruelly halted by a serious knee injury, but who is now fit and raring to go after his rehabilitation. During his time at Millwall, where he played primarily in the under-18 and under-21 squads, Nino was loaned out to Sutton United, where he made 18 appearances. We all saw in the Spurs game what Nino can bring, said Gavin McPherson. Like I said when we signed Tosh Gallimore, it's all about competition for places, and in Nino's case, left back, wing back and wide midfield. The minute people think they're going to be picked, they can drop a level. So it's about having a squad that allows me choices with a hell of a lot of games coming up. And having 7 subs now also adds to the need to be able to broaden the squad. So they have 7 subs now in National League South. That's something to note. I feel obviously the subs are different per division, different divisions. So it is National League South and, had a very, very serious knee injury. And I think people just underestimate how serious that was. When you're out for a whole season, he did come back at the end of last season playing an under-21 game. And I was there and I saw it. It was against Hull. And you could see, it was a bit off the pace. So hopefully, good luck to Sha'mar Lawson, good luck to Nino. And just hope that they can just do what they can. And hopefully they're happy and they're content in their lives, whether that's with or without football. So there you go. And talking of, transfers and players signing, haven't done this for a while. Obviously, this we've only got 2 weeks to go. Obviously, panic stations after we lost at home yesterday. Everyone's saying, the squad's not good enough, we need to bring more players in. Well, we'll see. Maybe we do need a right back. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think? So this is the transfer done deals. This is from bbc.co.uk. They're keeping track of all the transfers. We're just going to go through and look at the ones in the Championship. So Omari Hutchinson has left Ipswich, gone to Nottingham Forest for £37.5 million. It was announced on Saturday. We have... Who else have we got? Nothing from the Championship there. Calvert-Lewin's gone to Leeds. That's not a Championship, but that's interesting. In regards to the Championship, so Hull City signing another player from Turkish team. I don't think he's Turkish, he looks African. David Akintola from Kayserispor. That's Hull City signing him on the free. West Brom have loaned in Toby Collier from Manchester United. Charlton have loaned out Kahim Dixon. And West Brom have loaned out Torborn Egham. And Hull City have signed this youngster that had massive off-the-field problems at Manchester United, Brandon Williams. They let him go. And he's been signed as a free agent. He spent the whole of last season without a club. serious off-field problems in that I think he was banned for driving. He got for speeding. Was it speeding? I think I mentioned him in a video before about like players that were available. Got caught for speeding, didn't turn up to the court date, got banned from driving, got caught driving, got done again, and just narrowly avoided going to jail. And then Manchester United, you cut him free, like let him go. So yeah. Gassam Hadmi loaned out by Charlton to Stevenage. Christian Bielik, remember him? He's moved from Birmingham to West Brom. Nathan Broadhead, another one leaving Ipswich Town, left Ipswich Town to go to Wrexham. Stoke have signing Lamine Cisse from SC Bastia. Maybe Stoke are not to be underestimated, and we'll see why in a minute. Who else have we got? Norwich have loaned out Brad Hills to Stockport. Oh no, that's not a loan, that's an undisclosed fee. Swansea have loaned in Malik Yakul from Brighton. Middlesbrough have signed Santi Hansen from NEC. And Richard Kone, who I thought, when I saw him play in the League One playoffs, I thought he was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. He signed for QPR. Wrexham have loaned out Sebastian Revan to Burton. And another player leaving Ipswich, Arjanat Murik, has left Ipswich to go to Sassuolo on loan. And Rav van der Berg has left Middlesbrough and gone to Cologne. Daniel Bachmann, apparently a local journalist at Watford said we had tried to get him on loan and then Watford didn't want him to go to another team in the Championship on loan. So apparently we were looking at Daniel Bachmann, the goalkeeper from Watford. He's gone to Deportivo La Coruña on loan. So there you go. He's chosen Spain instead of the Den. Going down, Oxford United. James Golding has left Oxford United on loan to Crewe. Blackburn have loaned out Charlie Olsen to Oldham. Charlton have loaned out Terry Taylor to Northampton. And Chuba Akpom. Ipswich have signed Chuba Akpom from Ajax on loan. And I think we're down to where we got it before. We've seen this before. Joe Gelhart has gone on loan to Hull from Leeds. Have I shown you these? I think I've shown you these ones before. So there you go. That's all the latest transfers. Been a long old time since I've shown you that. Now, talking about Stoke. We obviously had a couple of games in the Championship today. Ipswich won, Southampton won. The team that's everybody expects to be 1-2, they drew today. Hull beat Oxford 3-2. So that we're looking at the table. I know it's too early to look at the table. What I'm looking at, who's still unbeaten and who hasn't won. That's all I'm looking at. So far, what that means is after 2 games, there are only 3 teams with a 100% record. Stoke, Middlesbrough and West Brom. So Ipswich could have joined them today. They didn't because they drew. And we are actually above Ipswich. Ipswich have drawn both of their games. Ipswich have drawn, and this is the thing. Everyone feels really bad that we lost because it was a poor performance, and we lost 3-0 at home. Like, that's not good if you're a season ticket holder. You've got 23 tickets to go to the Millwall this season, and one of them is already a defeat. We're above them, and this is what I say. We won 1, we lost 1, we've got 3 points. They drew, and they've only got 2 points. We're better than them. We're better off than them. We've got 3 points in this league system. And that's it. That's it. We need to try and win games. Now, see, at the end of the game, the changes that were made certainly weren't to set up shop and just see it out. Maybe try and nick one on the break. It was a bit disorganised, as Alex Neil was saying. So, that means we've conceded 4 goals, which is quite heavy. But this league, is very competitive, as they're saying. But you go down the bottom and see the teams who haven't even picked up a point. There's more of them. There's 6 of them. Wrexham, Oxford, Blackburn, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. Now, unfortunately, one of these is the teams that we're going to be playing next. And what are the odds do you think that Sheffield United are going to lose 3 games in a row? So maybe a draw next week. I'm saying not that we should play for a draw, but maybe we'll have to battle for a draw, because I don't think Sheffield United are going to go 3 games without getting a point. You can see the first game was at home. They lost 4-1 to Bristol City. And then, if we can get then they went away and lost 1-0 to Swansea. So again, the run, is it likely to continue? It might do. I mean, it's probably going to be one of their worst ever openings if they lose all 3 games in a row, but there you go. Now, due to the lack of news, we're going to jump into the stats now from yesterday's game. If you're new to the channel, we do this every Sunday because there usually is a lack of news. So what else can you do on a daily Millwall channel? You talk about the stats from the game before, and the reason why you wait a day as well is that I believe the way that they do it is they have like an AI or some kind of computer program that watches the games. It watches them at like 100 times speed and just do, and it calculates everything. So that takes some time. They have like an initial thing, and then they do it again properly just to make sure. So you'll often find because this is live, you can when the game's on, you can check this, because the reason for all of this is for the massive betting potential. In terms of people looking for information to help guide their bets. So you'll see it. And you'll see it at the end of the game, and it will look a certain way. If you go back later on, the next day, it will change slightly. So yeah, this is the match report from WhoScored.com. And you can see here, Mill had no strengths, and we were caught offside often. Whereas Middlesbrough were effective at creating goal-scoring opportunities for individual skill from through balls, from long shot situations, and were strong at finishing. And if you look on the right-hand side, you can see the top 5 performers in ratings, shots, tackles and dribbles. Now, the best rated players were all Middlesbrough players. The most shots were from Millwall players. But we didn't score, and they scored 3. Tackles, Adom Morris in the middle of the park, and a fair few Millwall as well. Dribbles, Hackney, Silvera, Morris. If we go back into the middle, you see the attempts on goal, so shots and headers and all that good stuff. 11 for Millwall, 12 for Middlesbrough. The colours are different. They always do. The home team is in red, the away team is in blue, but you know how it goes. So it's 11 to 12, 9 to 9 open play, 2 to 2 set piece, 0 to 1 counter attack. We had 11 shots scored, 0 goals. They scored 3 goals from 12. That is a 25% conversion rate. That is, depending on your point of view, insanely good or bad at this level of football. It should be around about 8 to 10% if you're a good defensive team, which are in this division, the second division of English football, around about 8 or 10%. If you're getting more than that, you're really good. So 25% conversion rate. Yeah. So it seems not only did we have a bad attack because they didn't score, but the bad defense as well. So bad day all round. So let's move on to this. Not that one. We move on to this one. No. Okay. For some reason, it's done that. Where we wanted to do this. Okay. So here's the match events from the game. Hell of a lot of yellow cards. I thought the referee was very poor yesterday. Apart from, he did book the guy for diving, which I think was the right decision. But other than that, just very poor. I think very poor. There were quite a lot of red cards across the EFL yesterday. Quite a lot. Again, you get this every season at the start. Although usually it's on the first day back, where the refs are told, "Oh, book them for this, book them for that." So I don't know what's going on. Is there a new directive out there about what they're doing? I don't know. So yeah, substitutions and all that stuff. Again, I would imagine this was the first shot in the start of the second half. Again, that's a thing that's plagued us over the years. Kind of went away after the Alex Neil came in, but I don't know if it's back. Normally, we improve after half time under Alex Neil. So this was a weird game because this is the opposite of what normally happens. When we don't play well, they go in, they speak to Alex, and Alex speaks to them, and they listen, and we come out and we play better. But that wasn't the case today, or yesterday. So yeah. If you look at the top left and top right where the club badges are, you can see the average player rating for each team. It's 6.19 for Mills, 7.13 for Middlesbrough. Again, that is a massive gap at this level. It's nearly a whole point. That is, that's something. That's clearly saying they were the better team. They massively outperformed across the whole pitch. And you can see the player who got the highest rating, Hackney, 8.4. They had Morris on 8. They had various other players on 7. They had only 3 players that disappointed them, really. Conway 6.2, Kante 6.5, and the goalkeeper 6.4. So there you go. But if you look at Millwall's team, we have 2 players under 6. For the second game in a row, Bender, the goalkeeper, 5.3. Because he got a low score in the first game because he made the error that led to the goal. He's got a low score today. We'll check on it later, but I believe it's because they only had about 4 or 5 shots on target and they scored 3 goals. Could he have done anything about them? I don't know. But clearly, if you have 4 shots against you on target and the opposition scores 3, that's going to give you a low score. The highest rated player for Millwall yesterday, 6.9 Aziz, 6.7 Denor, 6.5 Mitchell, 6.5 Ivanovic, which is surprising to me. I thought he looked very poor. Didn't really get involved in much. But yeah, there you go. Coburn hit the woodwork. He hit the woodwork twice on the one header. How do you manage that? How's your luck? I don't know, but so 11 shots to 12. These are the players who had the shots. So, Ivanovic didn't have a shot. We're 3 games into the season. He's only played in 2, but he hasn't scored yet. Hasn't scored. Negley had 2, Coburn had 2, Aziz had 2. And then Cooper had 2. Alley didn't score, but Hackney had 2, he scored 1. Jones had 2, he scored 1. Possession of the ball, 45 to 54. And Cooper was high, way high, 7.5, which is very high, because I assume that they were trying to go down that side for Doughty, so he has to be on the ball more. Is that exposing him? I don't know. Crammer only on the ball 1.9%. Obviously, he did go off, but we were going down the wings, and he was trying to bomb down. Yeah. Pass success percentage 74 to 80, and you got Doughty 80%, Billy Mitchell 86%, Tanganga 80%. Bender 72, so we were definitely playing the short balls out from the back, because I don't think they were pressing that much, especially in the first half. They weren't really pressing, were they? Because I think we were trying to get them to come forward, but they weren't. Because it's very hard to break them down, and this is a thing that's happened, many times over the years. Trying to break teams down, and that's why you play two up front and you just ping balls up to them, because then you don't have to go through teams and break them down. You just ping it up to one of the two centre forwards, and if he wins it, he wins it. If he doesn't, the other one can try and win the second ball. So you're trying to pass it around, and this goes again to what Alex Neil said the other day about they were just passing it around for passing it around's sake. It's the pass success percentage this is unheard of for us. We've got 4 players over 80. You should be a bit more adventurous with it, I imagine. And even look, when Zach Surgeon and Maku come on, but obviously they came on as subs, so that's going to be lower numbers for them, but still high percentage. Dribbles 5 to 9. Femi Aziz only 1 dribble. That's what you're in the team to do, mate. Really, I mean, and you only did it once, and Amaku did it once as well. Aerials 1, 19 to 14, so we did win the aerials. Cooper with 5, Tanganga with 2, Ivanovic with 4. So Ivanovic did do something, so I imagine that's where he got his points from for his rating. But you look at Middlesbrough, it's all over the park. Except for Conway, Ayling and Bryan, they won aerials all over the park. Mitchell, Denor, Coburn, Doughty didn't win a single aerial. Tackles of the ball, 25 to 20. Now that's very low. I think that's very low for a game, though. That does seem to be very low. Again, I think that's with them not pressing us and letting us pass the ball around. But you've got, the most tackles for us, Denor with 5. Tanganga didn't have a tackle. Cooper only had 1. So the defence isn't defensing. But you look at them, their entire, the entire forward line had tackles to make. If we move on to, if we can see what that says without that stupid thing in the way. Corners and dispossessed corners. These are the players who won the corners. So 6 to 10. So they have more set pieces than us. So our plan B, set pieces, Alfie Doughty taking them until he went off and he didn't take them. And being dispossessed of the ball. So again, up front, not really managing to hold on to the ball. Having the ball taken off of us. So let's move on to this. This is again from whoscored.com. So if we go down and see how many shots did they actually have on target. They had 12 shots, yes. How many were on target? Shots OT, 5. So they scored 3 goals from 5, and that's why Bender's score is low. In fact, not only is it low, I think it's the worst. Yeah, he's the lowest rated player there. So again, this website seems to be blaming him for that. I'm not sure about that. He's lower than all of the substitutes came on, including the ones that were only on for 10 minutes. Tanganga, again, his score is low, 5.84. What's that about? Is he not trying because he doesn't want to get injured until, if the move happens, if there's a move that happens, so we're not going to get the best out of him until, September the 1st, after that. That's not good. So the highest rated players you can see, Femi Aziz 6.94, Casper North 6.72, Ryan Leonard 6.55. So Ryan Leonard, substitute, comes on, plays for 30 minutes, and he gets the 3rd highest score of all of those players that started the game. Gets a higher score than most of them, except for 2. All of them but 2. Billy Mitchell 6.5. He obviously went off in 78 minutes. Ivanovic 6.5. So yeah, not a good day all round, I don't think. Touches of the ball, Jake Cooper, again, because so the ball's going through him. Is that now literally the reason why Reading let him go is Jap Sam said he's not good with the ball at his feet, and I need a defender who's good with the ball at his feet. But he had 78 touches of the ball. Is that the plan? Is that a good plan? I don't know. Again, I don't know. Here's the thing: you're asking people to do things that they're not really set up to do. They haven't done before, and it doesn't work out. Now, obviously, you can train them up. You can teach an old dog new tricks, but shouldn't you be sticking to what has been working? And if that doesn't, if you want that player to do a certain thing, maybe switch out the players who can do the thing that you want them to do, and and that kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see how Alex Neil reacts. We'll see how he reacts. He kept the same team for the Norwich game and this game. 2 different games. One's an away game, one's a home game. Should you do that? Obviously, there's a mindset old mindset that you keep playing a winning team, but I'm not sure about that. Let's move on to the defensive stuff. So, who did all the tackling? Casper de North 5, Ryan Leonard 4. 4 tackles, compared to Kramer, who had 1. Obviously, playing in the same position. Ryan Leonard, bizarrely more defensive than an actual proper right-back defender. He's a midfielder. Though obviously, in the midfield you do tackle more, because we've got Casper Noor with 5 tackles and Billy Mitchell with 3. And even Zach Sturge, when he came on, I was kind of impressed with him. To be fair, he's getting thrown in unexpectedly. Surely, not part of the plan. They'll speak about things before the game and at half time. Okay, this is the plan. Maybe we do this. Maybe we do this. This might be the changes, and they will know that if they're going to come on, they might know that they're going to come on. That was entirely unexpected, I would imagine. Maybe he did maybe expect to come on later, because Alfie Doughty's probably trying to build up his match fitness, so he would probably come on later in the game. But I thought he did well when he came on. Negley with 2 tackles, Femi Aziz with 2 tackles, Luongo with 2 tackles in the 10 minutes he was on the pitch. Interceptions, Casper de North with 2, and then all of these players with 1. Clearances of the ball. So that's what Jake Cooper did. 10 clearances of the ball. Again, hoofing it out. But he's the one who has to get on the ball and pass it around. But he's a hoofer. He clears it out 10 times. Obviously, a lot of them will be with his head, to be fair. So, now let's move on to a bit more detail. This is from fbref.com. So here you can see, the score, 0-3. The XG was 0.6 to 1.0. So that's another reason why probably the goalkeeper's got a bad score, is because the 3 chances that all of the shots on goal, add them up, the XG was only 1. So could the keeper have done better? He got a low score, so maybe, and I would imagine, obviously, we've got Sheffield United away next week. Imagine Bender plays in that, unless Alex Neil does pull the ripcord straight away. If Bender has another bad game against Sheffield United, almost certainly Max Crocom's going to start on Tuesday. And if he has a blinder against Coventry in the Cup game on the 26th, against a division opponent, even if they massively, rotate their squad, they still a championship team. You can see Crocombe coming in for the Wrexham game. I wouldn't be beyond the realms to me, but so we'll see about that. The pressure is on. Match summary. Now, possession 46 to 54, passing accuracy 72 to 78. We had 384 passes, they had 450. Now here's the thing, we did not have a shot on target. Which, did we not? I swear we did. Casper's shot was on target, so I think their computer messed up with that one. Casper de North had a shot on target, it was cleared off the line. So again, that's a mistake. If that's a mistake that we know about, what are the other mistakes that we don't know about that aren't as obvious as that? They had 5 of 12 shots on target. That's 42%. Our keeper made 2 of 5 saves. Their keeper made 0 of 0. So maybe they're just counting it on based on shots that the goalkeeper dealt with. Whereas it was kind of maybe that is counted as a blocked shot and not a saved shot because it was blocked on the line. So maybe they're not including that. I don't know. So here's the fouls: 16 to 11, 5 to 10 corners, 21 to 17 crosses of the ball, 509 to 586 touches of the ball, 25 to 20 tackles, 8 to 5 interceptions, 18 to 14 aerials won, 28 to 33 clearances, 4 to 2 offsides. So there was 6 offsides in that game, which is a lot. That is a lot for a championship game. 4 to 6 goal kicks, 24 to 17 throw-ins, 64 to 69 long balls. So if we go down, so what are we gonna? So shot creating actions are basically the players that helped create the shots that we didn't score or even get on target. Femi's is 6, Negley 3, Kasper 4. So, whereas Ivanovic 2, Doughty only 1. Doughty's progressive pass is 6, carries of the ball 20, but 1 progressive. So, take-ons attempted, number of attempts to take on defenders while dribbling, just couldn't get past them. Tried to dribble past players and it didn't work. Kramer, 3 attempted, only 1 successful. Same with Femi's is 3 attempts to dribble past players, only 1 successful. So not the best. So shots and shots on target. So again, we didn't have a single shot on target according to this. And you got Femi's is with 2, Negley with 2. Yep. Passing. Pass percentage completed. And that's split down by short balls, medium balls, and long balls. So again, Billy Mitchell very good with his passing accuracy. But you can see the players doing the short passing. Denor 16 of 16, 100%. Sturge 13 of 13. Cooper 11 of 15. So there were 132 attempted short passing, 153 medium. Is that too much fucking around with the ball? I don't know. But we can check. So total number of attempted passes, completed passes, the distance in yards, and the progressive distance, which is towards the opponent's goal line. So you look at that. How many times were they passing forward? Look at Jake Cooper, 939 yards of passing. 380 was forwards. Only 380 was forwards. It was going sideways. So what was that? A third? A third was only forwards. 2/3 was sideways. So who was passing it forwards? Not really anyone, to be fair. I mean, none of them were. No one was passing it forwards. Because the forwards weren't getting in space. I mean, maybe Zach Sturge, 161 from 390. Kramer, 101 from 252. But his accuracy was off because he's 50% there, 50% on his long balls. So, yeah, 61.9% accuracy. Pass types. So, again, the dead balls. Corner kicks, Alfie Doughty 2. But when he went off, Femi Aziz had to take the other corner. And that was the only other corner we had. In terms of other dead balls, Alfie Doughty, 11 dead balls. One switch. 5 crosses. Throw-ins taken, okay. So taking free kicks, Femi Aziz with 1, Casper Noor with 3. Alfie Doughty did not take a free kick. Okay. Defensive actions. Tackles. So tackles in the attacking third, only 3. So all of this high pressing, we were just chasing shadows. Because we only did 3 tackles in the attacking third of the pitch. 1 from Negley, 1 from Billy Mitchell, and 1 from Denor. And look at Casper. 5 tackles attempted, 5 number of players tackled, number of tackles 1. 5 of 5. Not bad, eh? Ryan Leonard 4 of 3. Challenges 100%. 100% Zach Surge 100%. Billy Mitchell 100%. So there you go. Possession. Number of touches in the attacking penalty area, 18. Let's go down and see how many did they have. Can we see that? 23. So they scored 3 goals from 23 touches in the attacking penalty area. We scored 0 from 18. Take-ons. Take-ons attempted, successful. Percentage-wise, did you get tackled? You can see here that Femi Aziz, Tristan Crammer. Wasn't working going down the wings. They got tackled. They couldn't dribble past anyone. Wasn't working. And not passing the ball forward, but carrying the ball forward, dribbling the ball forward, carries of the ball. Number of times the player controlled the ball with their feet. Distance in yards that the player controlled the ball with their feet. And how many of that was towards the opponent's goal line. And you can see here Camille Negley, 159 yards, 117 forwards. So he was literally the only one, really. Miscellaneous stats, aerial duels won and lost. So we've seen on the previous pages how many aerial duels were won, but what about aerial duels lost? So Ivanovic, he won 4, yeah, but he lost 2. Femi Aziz 1 and 2, Negley 1 and 1, Coburn 0 and 3. Yeesh. Denor 0 and 2, Jake Cooper 5 and 1, Tanga 2 and 0, Crammer 3 and 1. So there you go with that. So now moving on to this goalkeeper, can we see what the problem was? Is his low score fair? Shots on target against 5, goals against 3, saves 2, save percentage 40%. Post shot XG 1.7. So the amount of shots they had, the quality was 1.7 goals. They ended up scoring 3. He's kicking 46.2% completed. 3 throws. Average length of his pass was 37.3. He had 4 goal kicks and he only launched half of them. So 2 were short and 2 were long. So the average length was 35.5. Number of opponents attempted crosses into the penalty area, 15. He didn't come out for one of them, which is interesting. He did last week and he did against Estoril. So he didn't this time. Was he told not to do that? I don't know. Average distance from the goal line, 16 yards. Obviously, he's coming out and passing around the ball around. So there you go. Now we go down and we look at all the shots, and it's pretty much similar to the Norwich game last week. So the Norwich game, that first half, the first 25 minutes, we were under the cosh. We were defending, and at the end of the first half against Norwich, we started to get some shots away. But there wasn't many shots in that first half for us or for them. Certainly not many very quality shots. But in the second half, my goodness, we actually turned it on, we changed things, and we actually started to get some results. And it's complete opposite. It's pretty much similar to the Norwich game last week, but we played the role of Norwich, and Middlesbrough played the role of Millwall. They came out in the second half, and they scored straight away from the first shot of the second half. You can see all the shots here in the first half. Off target, off target, off target. Even there, one off target. And you can see the low XG. Casper de Nords was the best of the bunch, 0.24 blocked. So I'm assuming this was the one that was blocked on the line. 12 yards out, right-footed, blocked. So that's counted as a block shot, not a save shot. Because it wasn't saved by the goalkeeper. It was saved by a player on the line. And that was only 0.24, but the post-shot XG is 0. Why is it 0? Because he kicked it straight at the player. Now, the player's on the line defending. Like, what else can he do? He has to just send it that way and hope that it gets a deflection or whatever. But the post-shot XG was 0. So, unless the player on the line has an absolute nightmare and fluffs it, you're playing the percentages. You're playing on being lucky there. He did kick it straight at the player. So, that in terms of the stats, that wasn't a good shot because you kicked it straight at the player, but you have to do that. But all of the other shots, 0.02, 0.02, they're all rubbish, and they're all from far away out. Now the goal, straight away, 0.29, and it goes up to 0.8. 14 yards right-footed. So, again, it goes up based on... You have the XG, and the XG is based on the shot where the player takes a shot. The post-shot XG is based on where are the defending team, where's the goalkeeper and where's the defenders. Is it going to go in? Should it go in? So based on, it goes up. It goes from 0.3 to 0.8. And it's, that's a goal. And then, blocked, saved from them. So these are the two saves. So straight away, first 3 shots from Middlesbrough, Bosch, we're under the cosh first 5 minutes. First 10 minutes. Goal. Saved by the keeper. Now this one goes up. It goes from 0.06 to 0.12. So the keeper saves that. It does, it improves, but he saves it. This one is 0.03 and it gets saved. And then we have, Coburn with a header on the woodwork, which doesn't count as on target, it's off target. But here's the woodwork. And that's 0.17, but again, because it hits the woodwork, it's 0.00 post-shot XG. So that was a worse chance than the Denor one. And then we go down. This guy has a left-footed shot from Middlesbrough, 0.22, that's off target. But that was all we had. The only quality chances we had. Denor's one, 0.24, which he has to kick straight at the guy on the line and just hope that there's a deflectional zone. And then, Josh Coburn header that hits two lots of woodwork. Without, I don't think he even got a touch from a Middlesbrough player, just hit the woodwork twice. And then we go down at the end. The 2 goals. The last 2 shots of the game are them. And 2 goals that they scored. Because obviously by this time we're chasing the game. We're trying to get the... We chased the game straight away with the Kobe. That happened straight after. They had the goal. They had a shot saved. They had the shot saved. Then we hit the woodwork. And then it's like, oh, fuck. And then we start making changes. Doughty goes off around here. And then, he does because he was involved in that pass. And Doughty's gone off. Doughty's our main attacking threat. He was last week. What's the plan B? There doesn't seem to be one. And then, what do we do, boys? What do we do? No one on the pitch took control of the game. Decided to, rally everyone up. Tell them, okay, this is what we're going to do. The experience. You bring on the experience, Ryan Leonard, and he performs. He gets a better rating than some of the players that were already on the pitch for most of the 90 minutes. But you can see, look, from that point, from this immediate after reflex, where they score the goal, they have a shot saved, we hit the woodwork. After that, we have one shot there and one shot there. That's it. We're just, oh my God, it's not working. What do we do? Oh, it's not working. And the substitutes as well. I don't know why Ivanovic didn't go off. Ivanovic wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't chasing things down for me. I don't know what was wrong. Like you see in the video, the pictures yesterday, both of his ankles are strapped up. Which, if you've got a problem with one ankle, you strap both of them up because you don't want the opposition to know you've got a problem with your ankle. If he's not good enough, if he's not fully fit, don't play him. It's not. It's not fair on us, on the fans going to the game, on him, on everyone else, the rest of the team. If you have to play Nisbet, you have to play Langstaff, you play Matthews, play Kendall, play Bangor Williams, whatever you got to do, mate. It's no point having one of your best players on the pitch if he's not fit, because he's not going to be able to be his best, is he? That's like, you put your fit players on the pitch. You don't put your unfit players on the pitch. That's not how it works. But yeah, you can see then towards the end, they're going on, trying to get the winner, and they do, and then they get the third one, and that was it. So again, this goes from 0.08 to 0.45 and 0.15 to 0.32. So it goes up from the post-shot XG. Can you blame the goalkeeper for that? I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. We hope that things improve next week. We've got 2 data points, or 3 really. But the Newport Cup game, massive changes. We don't really know about that. But we've got 2 data points. We've got the away game against Norwich, and this game now. So now we just wait to see. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.